Yo, 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 what's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Let me just alert the Discord that I'm live. 1 second. All right, all right, all right. So. Let me see here what's going on. So we do have, we rebalanced an inverse fair value gap from this bullish reaction that we had earlier in the week. So I'm expecting probably a retracement here at a minimum to this daily fair value gap. So I would like to see today be bullish up to there. There's also a perfect set of equal highs right there. So I'm expecting that to hit. So far as any inverses, there's nothing really A plus that I see. Nothing on the 5 minute. If this ends up inversing to the upside, I think this is pretty good to target the equal highs, but we'll see what we get. We get the next close in basically a minute here, so we will see what we get, guys. But I still do think this is decent for longs here. Let me see something 1 moment, guys. Yeah, so what I'm seeing here, we're stabbing into, let me check the hourly quick. Give me 1 second, guys. So we have traded into this hourly fair value gap, but we have a lot of low resistance liquidity here. And again, we have equal highs. And that was ultimately what I wanted yesterday. But we didn't really get anything apart from a 5 minute IFVG that I personally really liked. So we will see here. But if we end up getting the 5 minute close, guys, I think I will try this. I've got burned on 2 5 minute IFVGs in the past few days. However, again, it's part of the game. And I think the risk to reward is pretty good here. We're talking about a 6, almost 7 to 1 RR. Let me just check to make sure there's no equal highs or equal lows anywhere. Give me 1 second, guys. Whoops. Yeah, nothing that I see. We filled the gap from market reopen yesterday. We obviously still do have this liquidity to the downside that we missed out on at 20,943. So if we end up getting a dump to there, guys, I would prefer to see a liquidity sweep up there. But either way, I still want to see a retracement at probably today up to these highs, if I had to guess. So if we can end up holding this, the top of this daily IFVG, and inversing to the upside, I still think that's good. Again, the reason being we swept a ton of liquidity to the downside. We could keep going lower, of course, obviously. But I want to see some retracements at minimum, hopefully today. So I'll be waiting here. If we can maybe sweep this low again, then get an IFVG, that would be nice too. Let me look at ES just to see what it's doing here. So both of them are making lower highs currently. But I have a feeling this is a fake down move, and if this ends up inversing to the upside, I think that's actually a pretty good long. So we will see. So it hasn't really created an IFEG yet, but we'll see when that actually, the candle closes in just a few seconds. So I still do think, guys, this is probably a spot where we're going to get longs. And what I will do is I will target, I'll target the high of day as my first TP, and then I will aim for the equal highs as my second TP. Why is this so zoomed in on my face right now? There we go, that's better. Okay, so the IFEG is smaller than I wanted, to be honest. It's not A+ in my view. Also, we didn't really sweep any liquidity, so it's not A+, but I think it still will probably work. But ultimately, if you want to be patient here, the 5-minute IFEG is what you want to wait for. As always, guys. I always say the 5-minute IFEG, if you're ever unsure, wait for that to close. But I still think this is pretty good. At least to target high a day, and then to target equal highs again above. And the reason being, guys, again, on the daily, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red days in a row. We very rarely have 6 red days in a row before some type of retracement. So I think today is probably just going to be manipulation to the downside, and then they're going to take it up afterwards. So was that a close above? Okay, it was a close above, but again, I want to wait for the 5-minute. Personally, I don't think this is A+. Or a liquidity sweep below this low, and then to get the longs afterwards. Let's quickly look at the rest of the market. What's performing worse? What's performing best? Zoom up 18%, HIMS up 6%. Enphase up, very nice. Love to see that. Tesla up, very nice. I sold puts on that yesterday, guys, in the Discord, so you guys should be printing on those. We're already up 30% on those puts that we sold yesterday. All right, so if the 5-minute inverses, guys, I will take this long. And this will also form an order block, which I really like, so let's see if we get it. My guess is, though, it's going to pump us without even giving me an entry. We have 2 minutes left, so we'll see if that ends up being the case, but... So again, guys, my two targets for this. This is going to be not as good a 2.6 to 1 RR, which is still fine. And then my equal highs are going to be the second target. This is to sweep all the LRLR that we had to the downside. Hopefully we get this close now. Come on. Come on. Alright, I'm in that, guys. Stop loss is going to be a 5-minute close below. If you guys want to TP early, it's going to be at high of day. But I would move your stop to break even when this high hits right here. Just in case you're wrong. Also, we have a 5-minute fair value gap that's unbalanced here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we come in and reject. So I'm going to move my stop to break even once this high hits right here. This is the third 5-minute IFEG. Let's see if it ends up burning us or not. Oh, we're taken here. The third 5-minute IFEG. So in my view, at minimum, this high should hit, and then we'll target this, move my stop to break even when it does. I actually prefer to stab down first so that it can have a clean delivery all the way up if it's going to. Yeah, at minimum, guys, I think this high should hit. It's also a 15-minute fair value gap, so. Okay, as soon as it hits, guys, I'm moving my stop to break even. And I'll just let the rest of the play run, if it's gonna run. So I haven't moved my stop yet, I'm just holding it. As soon as it hits, I'm taking it off. Okay, there it is. So this is up almost 300 on this now. This is a free trade. Beautiful. So guys, now this is a free trade. If this is gonna go, it's gonna go. Let's go. Finally a win, or potentially a break even. Finally. And this will probably cover almost 60% of my losses if it ends up working to the upside. Yes, this is a cash account, guys. Sorry, I didn't tell you guys that before, but cash account, eval, everything. Hopefully we do not get stopped out on this, but if we do, it is what it is. It's part of the game. But I'd like to see high of day, and I would like to see the equal highs above us as well. Okay, beautiful. I'm hoping that this just runs, guys. And my guess is if this ends up running, it's going to go way past high of day. It's probably going to go... I mean, I think it's going to the equal highs, but... we'll see. So it's important, guys, to let your winners run. I personally took this with 1 NQ because of the fact that I've had some pretty big losses. Not big losses. I've had 2 losses over the last 2 days. One was relatively small. One was a full-size loss. And I've been burned on 5-minute fair value gaps over the past few days, so I'm trying to size down slightly, but I will hold this all the way up to the TP, which is the high that formed today. If you guys want, because the market is manipulated, you can move your take profit just below it, whatever you prefer, but I think that high of day is hitting. We just inversed another 5-minute gap. We do have a small 5-minute right here that we could reject from. Just keep this in mind, guys. But I don't think that will happen. We'll see. And again, my target will be high of day and then higher than that later. So there is a possibility, though, that this ends up dumping, stopping us out, and then going higher. If that's the case, guys, there's nothing I can do with it. But again, guys, losing is part of the game. Stopping out for break even is part of the game. And holding runners for high of day is part of the game. I'm in Delta supports idea of 300 to 400 on NQ. Yeah, so what's probably going to happen here, if I had to guess, is that it's going to come out and stop me out first and then go up. But if that happens, guys, there's nothing I can do about it. So, and there's the stop out. So you guys can see that tiny 5-minute IFEG right there. So that was a break-even trade, but you can see that ended up rejecting us. I still think this is going up, but what it will probably do is maybe come down a little bit more, stop out some traders, and then go higher. Yeah, guys, I don't care. Like, it actually doesn't bother me when I get stopped out for break even. It's part of the game, guys. All I care about... Okay, so, again, I've said this so many times, but you guys have to think of the market like 1,000 trades. You roll the dice 1,000 times. What is going to be the outcome after 1,000 rolls? And there are going to be days where I get stopped out at break even. There are days I get stopped out for a loss. But the days that I win end up being huge or much bigger than my losers typically. So that pays for itself plus much more. So over 1,000 dice rolls, if you're able to keep that probability of break evens, small losers, occasional full-size losers, but huge winners, over time that's just going to balance itself out. It's all just a numbers game, right? So either my guess is that we recover from here, or we end up going all the way back down to these areas and then getting another setup later. So there is a tiny 1-minute IFEG here. Is this A+? In my view, no, but probably will work. I would give this probably a 6.5 out of 10 if we close above. I actually don't mind this, guys. If you're looking for a trade and you haven't taken something today, This is not terrible. Stop to break even at this high. 3 out of 10 is shorting super low in the markets when there's equal highs above, and we're out of a macro time. That would be a 3 out of 10 in my view. So I think this will probably work to the upside, guys. Stop to break even at the high that forms. Again, I'm not entering because I'm not entering on the same leg of price. Personally, that's just not what I do. But for you, if you have not entered a trade yet, I don't think this is terrible. Stop to break even at the high that formed, and then I would TP partially at high of day, and I would hold runners to the equal highs. Wow, what a stab down. That was wild. So again, no close below the fair value gap yet. This is just a stab down for now. There's a wick, it's not a body. So it would be the yesterday after strong downtrend, you could chase the market, so to say. Exactly. Pepe, a lot of those IFEGs yesterday, I would have rated a 3 out of 10 to the downside. Now, because it was a trend day, I mean, yes, they can work sometimes, but not my cup of tea, personally. So if you guys are in this, your stop should be to break even here. So your stop should be right here, right now. And you could hold this up to high of day and higher if it ends up working. Otherwise you get stopped for break even, which is fine. It's part of the game. Okay, so no stop out. Or actually, I don't know if this wick might have stopped you out. I'm not sure how it printed. I wasn't looking. Okay, nice move so far. Let's see if this holds the fair value gap. Again, guys, I cannot enter on the same leg of price, but I do think high of day is coming, and I think the equal highs are coming. So we'll see which one we get. And you have to think, guys, tons of people are short today, the market, and they are not expecting retracements. I don't know how they're not, but I think at minimum, guys, we're going to try and rebalance this daily fair value gap above us. So, again, we've had 6 days of red PA, so I would not be surprised if that ends up happening. And I think we will push much higher, but again, we'll see what happens. Super unfortunate that I got stopped out on that 5-minute wick, but it is what it is. Beautiful. So my end phase position is printing right now. Let's look at the Mag 7. Tesla up 2, so this should be printing for us, not as much, but end phase is up 2.5%, so those sold puts are doing well. Excuse me. How long have you been trading? Almost 5 years now. Actually, more than 5 years. So again, guys, what could happen here? I wouldn't be surprised if we get another move down to stop out traders and then we get the longs, but ultimately this is my draw for today. So if we get an A+ setup to the upside, I will be taking it. I feel like I take 1 step forward and 2 steps back every time I take a trade. Welcome to the club. That is the that is the story of trading, guys. And eventually you will find out that less is more. I don't know if you've already found that out, but for me, guys, I would honestly prefer not to take a trade. The only time that I want to take a trade if it's so good I can't deny it. So for example, this 5-minute IFEG was really good in my view, and unfortunately in this leg of price I did get stopped out. That is part of the game again, and that's why I'm fine with getting stopped at break even, because break even stops are much better than losses. And I know that when the trades do end up working, they end up working very well in my favor. So my guess, guys, is we're going to come down here with these candles. I've seen this kind of this type of day before. Their objective is to stop out traders, but eventually it's going to go up, in my view. So I'm assuming that the reversal will happen somewhere at this point. We have a 1-minute IFEG here. I think the objective of this algorithmic movement is to stop out people in this 1-minute IFEG right here. And then I think there's going to be another up move. So if this ends up holding right here, I still think this is a really good IFEG to the upside. So again, my objective is bullish for today. And it's just because of retracements. I think a lot of people are trying to shorten these legs of price, and hopefully they create bearish fair value gaps that we can inverse that are obvious. So far there aren't any, but let's see. Problem is I buy every time I need to sell. It just feels like it sometimes, you know. That would be fib retracement. What do you mean, Pepe? Yeah, Rack LS, I mean, I wish I could tell you something that will comfort you, but the reality is that the reason that's probably happening is because you're chasing price. If you guys really think about it, there's no way that you are wrong every single time, right? The majority is either because you're not holding your trades to where they need to go, or you are moving your stops too quickly. Those are one of the two things that are probably causing you to lose too much. Yeah, so, I mean, this could be the uptrend, guys, but I've seen this type of PA before, and a lot of the times what they'll do is they'll drive price back down to the 1-minute bearish FVG, and then they'll take the price up, so. A low B, higher low, clower. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can read that. I'm not using fibs right now, Pepe. I'm just using my screen time knowledge of what I think will happen here. I mean, they could just be stabbing it into this 5-minute one more time to go higher, but my guess is they're going to take it lower one more time and then go up. So let's see if I'm right. If not, they're just gonna drive it up here. So if you guys if you want to chase something, again, I personally, this is not advice, but I think this high is going to hit. It's just a matter of if we get this retracement lower first and go up, or if we go up. It's one of the two, in my view. Yeah, exactly, Pepe. Sorry, I tried to read that and I was just like, what? But I think, yeah, guys, ultimately it's one of two pathways is going to happen here. I mean, these wicks look like they're stop out wicks. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is what drives us. And this little 5-minute IFEG is the last PD array holding down price that I see. I mean, there's a few smaller ones like on the 1 minute, but I could care less about those. But if we get this, guys, if we get this first, then I will look for a setup. Do 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 do. Yeah, so my objective is here on the hourly. Okay, we are rejecting from an hourly for value gap, but a lot of people are shorting this because they expect bearish continuation. I feel like they're going to try and induce more traders short, generate liquidity in this area, and then drive the market up to the equal highs that we have here. So this is a third rejection out of this tiny little 5-minute IFEG here, and it's a 1 minute, right? There's a 1 minute for value gap right here. So ultimately, I think that, again, I'd hope to see a drive down here and then another trade up later. Something like this, hopefully. Oh, and by the way, guys, the 4th video for the ICT tutorial came out on YouTube yesterday. So if you guys want to watch, I talked about new week opening gaps and macro times on that one, and how to find your daily bias. So if you guys want to watch a video on daily bias, it doesn't go super into detail on that, but it does cover it for some part. All right, this is gonna hit probably now. So it looks like in this case they didn't drive it lower, but maybe what they'll do, possible, is they take it lower here now and then they bring it higher later, because I still think these equal highs are coming. So I'm going to look for a setup to get here today. If it happens, I'm going to be very happy. But if not, it is what it is. That is how trading works, guys. I don't chase price. I'm not going to cry if I don't get a setup. I took one trade today, so if we can end up rejecting here, sweeping all this liquidity to the downside and then getting an upside move, I'm taking it. Will you make a longer version, like a 24-hour video? You guys want a 24-hour video? A day long? Yeah, guys, why don't I do like 24-hour live streams on my trading knowledge? Kind of like iShowSpeed. Alright, so we are up 30% on our sold puts on Tesla. We're up 21% on our sold puts on Enphase. Both of those called in the Discords. Edgardo Trejo, highlights. You guys want a highlight reel of all my trades? I don't record most of my trades, but if you go on the YouTube live, again, I do... Now I'm streaming 2 times on the Discord for the best days. So like this week, let's pull up the Discord real quick. So guys, if we get a setup, I'm taking it. But for now, there's nothing. But if you guys see here in on the news economic calendar section that I post every Sunday, the days that I stream in the Discord are going to be the best days. So yesterday there was a really good, I mean, we actually took a losing trade yesterday, but it was a good day to trade. Today is YouTube, tomorrow for GDP. This is my bread and butter day. So if we get a setup here at 8:30 for GDP, this is going to be A+. So if you guys are in the Discord, stick around for that day. It's going to be awesome. But I do still stream for free on YouTube 3 times a week. So you guys, if you don't want to be in the Discord, you can obviously stay for that. But yeah, this is probably going to push here, guys. I'm not going to lie. Again, the only way I'm taking a setup is if we sweep some liquidity and we go up, or we get some kind of an A+ IFEG to target these equal highs. Should I change my my YouTube name to iShow Trades? Pepe it up. That's a great name. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. That's actually pretty good. Okay, so I'm hoping, guys, we end up getting a sweep of liquidity here. That will be the most A+. However, if we just go up, I actually really like it. I'm not even gonna lie. iShow Trade sounds pretty good. So yeah, guys, basically one of two things. Either we sweep liquidity. There's a lot of buyers that have their stops resting below these 3 lows, or it's just gonna go up. I'm hoping that they have one more downside delivery just to induce traders short, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen anymore. Let's look at ES2. So no SMT with ES. They both made lower highs. Thanks. Take it, and on the thumbnail, your biggest trade on stream till this day. I think my biggest win was like, what is it, 8K on stream? Yeah, so this is probably gonna pump here. That was on a 300K account with 6 NQs. Can you send my PayPal? So, not financial advice, guys, but I believe this is going to pump quite a bit more here. We have a lot of this hourly FEG to fill. We have a lot of low resistance liquidity. If you guys remember from yesterday, right up here, this LRLR, we have equal highs right above. So I think that this is all going to get swept today. Again, hashtag not financial advice, but you do what you want with that information. But my objective today is this, and I'm hoping to get a setup to it. So we'll see if I do. Some donos. What's a dono? Oh, donation. Oh, first of all, why is my midnight opening price not on here? Is midnight down here? So what is this purple level? Oh, never mind, guys. So again, guys, so far I've taken one trade of the day. It was up 700 at one point, but I got stopped for break even on the rest. And I'm thinking this is going to pump here. So again, not advice, not financial advice, but I think it's going to pump. Yeah, it was a pretty good entry, okay, but yeah, sometimes we get stopped out on these runs, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Again, guys, I'm not here to chase dopamine and wins. I'm here to follow a model, and unfortunately, sometimes the model gets stopped. But I know over 1,000 trades that it ends up being profitable. Again, guys, this is another reason why I think it's important to have some other forms of income, like at least sell options, at least, you know, do something to make yourself a little bit extra, have swing trades so that you're not completely fixated on clicking the buttons and making money every single day just from day trading. At least have something else coming in. But you can see that these candles are pumping here. I think, again, this is ultimately the draw today. My guess is they're just going to deliver it. I don't think there's going to be much in the way, but we'll see. Again, like all this low resistance liquidity up here, there's not... Once this hits, guys, I mean, we could have a small stall of price in this 1 minute fair value gap or this little one up here, where you could probably consider booking profits maybe in this tiny little 1 minute fair value gap, just in case we miss the equal highs. But I think ultimately this is just going to keep going up. Small chance we retrace, but ultimately I still think this is coming today. Now we are up. Woo! Yeah, sorry, 30% on Tesla sold puts. Our Nike swing is going crazy too. We're up 12%. Enphase is up 22%. There's nothing that's down on my portfolio right now apart from AMD. But that is obviously a long-term position. So for those of you guys who are actually listening to this right now, if you are looking for something for the long term, if you have side money to invest, I think Advanced Micro Devices, AMD, is a really good stock to look at right now. Okay, so there is a 1 minute IFEG to the downside here, potentially. Now, let's see who knows the answer to this. Is this a good short if this ends up working to the downside? Is this a good short? We did sweep high of day, right? So is this has got to be a good short, right? Because we swept high of day. Guys, comment in the chat if you think this is a good short. Right? Because we swept liquidity, right? And we have a 1 minute IFEG, right? This is a good short. Right, guys? Type 1 if you think it's a good short. Type 2 if you don't think it's a good short. Let's see who the geniuses in here are. Don't be scared either because... Oh, Pepe says 2? Warriors for Yeshua 2? Oh, guys. Okay. Okay, I like to see that. Okay. Okay. Why is it a 2? Why is it a 2? Edgar, wild guess. Okay. You guys are right, but I want to see why. Okay, Warriors for Yeshua. Robert says the trend is bullish. Okay, that's a decent answer. But not what I was looking for exactly. It's close, but not what I was looking for exactly. And equal highs. There you go. We've had 6 bearish days in a row. We need retracements in the market. We have equal highs above us. So yeah, that is exactly why. Not a good short at all. Also, guys, this is technically now forming like a breaker. High, low, higher. Or what is it? High, low, higher, high. I think that's what the breaker is. I don't really use them too much, but you guys can see that this is like, it's a change in the state of delivery. So what could potentially happen here is we get a retracement into this order block that formed here to the downside, and then we get another long. But ultimately, I think this is going up, and I think all this LRLR is getting smoked. And we are in heavy discount. Yeah, that's true, Warriors for Yeshua. We have LRLR above us. We have equal highs above us. So yeah. Could this be an intraday short to come and rebalance some of these order blocks? Maybe sweep liquidity? Possibly. But that doesn't mean it's a good short. It doesn't mean it's a short that I'm going to take. Excuse me. So there's not even an entry anyways. You guys can see that we did not close below the IFEG yet. It's only down here. So in theory, this should work, but not something that I would take personally. I'm looking for upside trades. We have a lot of order blocks on the higher time frames, on the 15. We have this big set of down close candles and a V-shaped recovery, so I'm thinking this is going up much higher. We did reject from a small 15 IFEG, or a small 15-minute fair value gap right here, but I don't think that that's going to end up holding down price personally. So again, guys, my dream would be to sweep all these lows right here that traders are long from and then get an A+ setup from there. That's my dream. I may not get that, but I'm still willing to wait for it. Also, guys, if you want to, again, I told you guys I am still streaming on YouTube 3 times a week, so you guys can obviously access that. But if you guys want to join the day trading on the days that I think are best in the market, so and this week it was yesterday and Thursday, so tomorrow I'm going to be in the Discord. That's a link, and there is a 3-day trial going on right now, but you guys don't need that. Again, I'm streaming 3 times a week, just letting you know. But again, guys, if this liquidity gets swept, I think this is going to be an ultimate, basically a stop out of longs and then a delivery higher. If this 1 minute inverses to the upside, I mean, I still think this is good. I don't think it's A plus, but you guys can try it. So on the screen, I might long this with 1 NQ, but in my funded accounts, if I was to take this, which I think I probably will, but with probably, I don't know, 3 micros. I'm not going to take this as a full-size trade because it's not A+, but I still think it's really good, and I want these equal highs above, so the risk to reward on this trade is pretty good. It's a 4-to-1 RR, so I think this is a fair trade. Technically, your stop would need to go to break even at this high, so that's what I would do. But we'll see what we get. Let me look at the 5 minute here. Nothing being rebalanced yet. So we still have a tiny 5 minute down here. Let's look at the 10, 15. Also a tiny 15 minute. I don't know if we'll even get to this, but we'll see. But I still, even though this is not A+, I still think it will work. The reason being is because I think this is a buy program. And any retracements we're getting here are just to rebalance price and then to continue higher. So if we get this, guys, I'm going to try this with 3 micros on a funded account, not on a cash account. I already took a cash account trade here, but if this liquidity sweep happens and then we get a really nice IFEG, I will take this on a cash account. So we'll see. So there's the rebalance of the 5 and the 15 minute. Again, guys, I would love to see this liquidity get swept and then get an A+ setup. So right now, I'm eyeing this fair value gap that's forming. So sweep of liquidity, trade back down into the order block that formed right here. This is a bullish order block. And then get a setup from there. But it doesn't have to come down here. But if it does, that's going to make it even more A+, because even more longs will be stopped out of their trades. Ultimately, this little 1 minute fair value gap right here hasn't been rebalanced yet. So maybe they stab it into here with a wick, and then it goes up. But this would be my dream right here. And then the inverse would be taken from here, better RR. And yeah. So this trade would be a almost 6-to-1 RR, which I really like. Okay, so it looks like they are going to sweep the liquidity to the downside. And now this IFVG looks so good to me. Now we do have a little bit of a secondary one here, so I would wait for a close above both. But right now this is looking like a really good setup. Okay, beautiful. So pay attention to this low right here. Either they completely sweep it and stab into here, or they come very close to try and stop out and scare traders to the downside, but then they bring it higher. Okay, so they didn't sweep the liquidity, guys, but I don't really care too much about that. I still think this is a good play. So if this happens, guys, I'm going to take this on a funded with probably a third of my full position size. Because I want to see liquidity sweeps first. Not on cash counts, only on funded. Just in case this ends up failing and we take out these, we rebalance this IFEG first. Wow, the sun is beaten down. Hold on one second, guys. I Show Trades. It's my new name. Alright, so we got just less than a minute until this 1 minute fair value gap forms. Or inverse fair value gap, I mean. And that will be the setup, if we get it. Stop to break even at this high right here. What about the LRLR to the downside? This doesn't really look like LRLR to me. Okay, just a few seconds. Let's see if we get the close above. I really would rather see the liquidity get swept, but if we get the close above, I will be taking it. Alright, no close above, unfortunately. So if we get one more downside sweep, I would love to see that. But if not, it is what it is. Guys, what if the market makers really are watching my streams and stopping me out? Just so that you guys can't make money with me. Still no close above. Okay, no close above yet. I think it's you, Pepe. Pepe, I think you're the one that's you're sending all of my alerts to Wall Street, and the market makers are inversing me. Everything I say, they're doing the opposite. That's what I think is happening. Or they still want the market to deliver how I call it, but they stopped me out first because of you, bro. Guys, should we banish Pepe? His nicknaming was too good. I show trades. I think that there's a team working with him right now to give him that name, and yeah, we should banish him. Have you fired how much I've lost during the last weeks? Oh, yeah, that's true, Pepe. So sometimes, Evan, a fair value gap is two sets. So like right here, there's actually two fair value gaps, right? There's one right here, and there's a secondary smaller one. So what I just do is I draw both with one box. Because you can see here right now we're rejecting that secondary one. So until we close above both of them, then there's no long setup. Make sense? Okay, so would love to see one more stab below this low and then to get the longs. That would really be A+. So if we get that, I'm going to be looking for something. But nonetheless, I still think this is good. And then you would move your stop to break even at this high right here. And then you'd basically just let the trade run. I wonder how many people, when they log into this stream, that are deterred from watching me because of all the lines and boxes on my screen. Because they're new to the markets and they're like, what the hell am I looking at? Okay. Pretty bullish reaction here. I need to see this hold, though. Come on, just give me an entry. Okay, I think this is what's going to end up driving us higher. So if we get a close above this, guys, I'm still going to take this. 3 micros, though. Not a full size on the funded account. You know, I think about a lot of these YouTubers and live streamers. They're really, really good entertainers. Like, I don't know if you guys know who TJR is. The dude with super long hair, the crypto trader. Who also trades IFEGs, by the way. Super entertaining guy. Probably not the best trader in the world, but he's entertaining. And I'm not here to be a monkey. Why didn't you enter on the previous candle? Because now we have another fair value gap up here. So I need to wait for this to close above. We hit this high first too, Evan, so I'd be very careful. I wanted to see this go without this closing, without this high getting swept. So now I'm waiting for this one, and if we get the entry before the high gets swept, then I'll enter. Because there was no way for me to move my stop to break even on this trade. So like now, if we get the close above the IFEG here, I'll enter this, stop to break even when the high hits, and I'll hold all the way up to the equal highs. Dude, Nike is ripping. Okay. A little dumpy here. Let's see if this dumpy ends up being the liquidity run. I hope it is. I like this red candle, and I'm hoping this ends up sweeping all of this. So, okay, Kay, for Kay, who was actually asking earlier, Now I think this is a little bit of LRLR. So if we can get a sweep of it and then the upside trade, that would be really nice. This looks more like trendline liquidity to me. Good catch on that, K. But this fourth one really solidified it, in my view. Before, it was like, eh. But now that we have a fourth algorithmic trend line here, it looks like they'll probably drive the market lower, sweep the LRLR, and then go higher. But they could leave it, but we'll see. Everybody's moving on a Saturday night. Okay, so this is where I'm aiming for, guys. Right here, the equal highs above us. But only if an A+ setup presents itself. If this closes above, I still like this, but I'll take it with a third size position. If we can sweep this low first, I'll take it full size on my fundeds. Also, we're forming another OB here, so if we get the close above, that looks really nice to me. Come on, give us an entry. Okay, we gotta wait another minute, so I don't know if this is just gonna drive up without us. But I still think this looks really good, guys. Still think this looks really good. If we reject and sweep, oh, that'll be beautiful, though. Then if we get an A+ setup after, that would be glorious. So we will be patient and see what we get. Opinion on Tory trades. Tory trades. Who is that again? Who is Tory trades, guys? That name sounds familiar, but I can't put my tongue on who that is. Who is Tory trades? She only trades trend lines. Tory trades. Oh, I do know who that is, actually. Yeah. She's a swing trader, right? She's a trendline trader who trades 4-hour time frame. Yeah, she's a swing trader. I mean, I think that's fine. She probably makes more money than most guys because she's swing trading, so her odds of success are probably a lot higher. Palladium? Yeah, I do remember this girl. I've seen an interview on her, but I forgot about it. She trades, like, weird metals and stuff. But yeah, of all the gurus that I see trading, I would say that she's probably one of the more trustworthy ones because she swing trades. And that alone in itself tells me her success rate is probably higher than most people. Now, again, I don't think she needs trading. She's a businesswoman and she has a lot of different forms of income. Yeah, it's a weird like earth metal, isn't it? Palladium. What do you use palladium for? iPhone batteries or some shit? Who knows? Solana. Ooh, this is nasty. Nasty looking. I think this is a great spot to add Bitcoin, by the way. I have an alert set for the mean threshold of the monthly fair value gap, and I will post this in the Discord. If you guys didn't know, I was adding Bitcoin at 50 in the Discord. If you guys don't believe me, run it back. Go to the Discord, go to the crypto section. You'll see I was adding on the 4th of July when these dumps were happening. And we are not booking profits. Personally, it's a long-term position for me. But, yeah. Man, they are stalling this. Just freaking go. Do something. Sweep liquidity to the downside or go up. AMD is using most of those weird metals. Wouldn't be surprised. Cold wallet, Pepe. Hell no, I'm not putting that shit on exchanges. I don't want to reveal too much information to you guys, but I have a pretty sophisticated cold wallet because I've got some capital to protect, right? I'm not just not a small hodler. And I'm not going to reveal the location of this cold storage, but I'm pretty sophisticated with it. Me and Michael Saylor are like this. That's a joke, by the way, guys. And I'm not, I hold at one time or another, I hold no more than 7% of my net worth in crypto. And I only hold Bitcoin. That's it. Nothing else. I find it so funny when all these people on X and like all these whatever Reddits and all whatever social media people use trade all this stupid shit like chill guy, Pepe coin, whatever the hell it is. I don't even know what these things are, bro. And these people, like, they spend so much time and effort researching and doing this stupid ass degenerate trading. Oh my god, it's disgusting. I'm like, what the hell are you doing with your life, bro? Like, if you think you're gonna trade meme coins and you're gonna hit it rich, I'm sorry, bro, you're not. You need to put your whole net worth in, probably. If you're trying to make money with meme coins, your net worth is probably tiny. And in order to make even something of a semblance of real money, you'd have to put all your money on the line. And then there's a 99% chance you lose it all if you hold meme coins. So that is why you never see people strike it rich with that shit. 1 in a million. Trump coin, Ivania coin, Pepe coin, Doge, Doge is even a meme. Fart coin, Hawktula coin, look at that, bro. Every single celebrity that posts these coins end up scamming people out of all of their money. It's the most ridiculous thing. If you trade meme coins and you're listening to me right now, leave this YouTube, okay? You're literally a retard, I'm sorry. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that on YouTube. Oh. Uh-oh. Argentina coin? Bruh. Am I gonna get canceled off of YouTube? Because I said the R word? Hopefully not. They go up if I do. Could care less. Do. They'll probably give me a strike. Exactly. They asked Trump what he thought about his Trump coin. He's like, I don't know. He had no idea what it even was, bro. It was somebody else working for him. Pepe didn't mean it. Don't tell your boss. Pepe it up. Are you in Pepe coin or whatever it's called? PP coin? I don't know what it is. Is it PP or Pepe? I don't even know what that meme coin is like. Wow, guys, look at this consolidation. It's gonna break to the upside or the downside. I'm thinking probably on one of these candles is going up, but if it doesn't and we get the liquidity sweep, trade into the order block, this is going to be my trade. Either one I'm taking. You don't want to upset PP boss, Pepe boss, whatever it is. Damn, my nose is itchy. Come on, bro. Let's get a setup. We're about to enter a macro time too, by the way, so this could be when it happens. Not checkmate. I'm only in altcoins and Dogecoin with a bit of money, and all those other meme coins are too risky for me. If you think I think there's a difference between an altcoin and a meme coin, you've lost your mind. It's all the same shit. Penguin coin, whatever the hell that... Oh my god, bro. People. You're delusional if you think you're making money with that shit. Delusional. Saying that you're in altcoins is like saying, yeah, I don't do heroin, I just do coke. It's the same thing. In my country, you can write off all crypto winnings after a year. If you hold it for a year, if you hold any crypto for a year apart from Bitcoin, you're probably losing money. Sorry, not sorry. Wow, Evan, that's insane, bro. Oh, $15. I thought you said 15K. I thought you were being funny. Okay, fair enough, Evan. Again, guys, these things happen like they're 1 in a million. Can it work? Sure. But the odds of success are slim. Okay. Woohoo. Okay. Guys. Oh, did this miss by a tick? Oh, no. Okay, there are still equal highs right here, though. So there is a set of perfect equal highs right here. I'm going to label them. So if we get a sweep of liquidity, and then we get a long setup, I'm going to target these equal highs. They're not right next to each other. There's a space of 2 candles between them. Again, maybe this is just a trade back into the 5-minute fair value gap. Or was it a 5-minute? No, it was just a 1 minute. Yeah, I'm sure Elon did it for the culture. With no expectation of winning money. Okay, this could be it, guys. One more drive lower before they take out the equal highs, take out high of day, and then go up to the equal highs. We're now in the macro time, so you guys can see on the hourly chart. This is a lesson for you guys, right? The reason that macro times work primarily is because it's also the close of an hourly candle, and this ends up being where the market starts to deliver to where it needs to go. So that's why these macros typically work. 1050 to 1110 is also the close of an hourly candle. So you typically get movement in that range of price. Right before it, right after it, or during it. Let me see what the hourly looks like here though. Okay, let me delete this. So right now we are wicking. Okay, and this doesn't look the most bullish, but what they can do is close the hourly here, make people think that this is going to be a rejection out of the hourly fair value gap. Then they just completely deliver it higher, which I think is going to happen. So again, guys, what I'm theorizing here is that the hourly candle is going to hold like this. It's going to induce a lot of traders short that like to short bearish fair value gaps. And then what they're going to do is completely push the market higher at the hourly close, which happens at 8 o'clock my time. Again, it's just a theory for now, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so there's the equal highs. Boom. And now if this ends up closing above, guys, I'm taking this long. Wow, my nose. So we just swept this high and we're rejecting, but if we get a close above, I'm taking this long. 3 micros on fundeds. Not a full-size position. Does that make sense, guys, what I just said about the hourly candle and why the macro times work? Because the close of an hourly candle typically creates movement. The end of one hourly candle to the start of the new one is when movement normally happens in the market. How's everything else doing real quick? Let's check it out. Okay, you guys understand that? Good. Also, let's look at the daily chart quick, okay? So you have to think here, okay? Everything works the same, right? So on a daily chart right now, we wicked into this IFEG, and now we have very bullish PA. So to me, this was manipulation to the downside yesterday, and the retracement is going to try and stop out shorts, and that's why I'm looking for this high on the daily. So everything has to kind of be in confluence for you to take trades. And again, just because I have a ton of confluence, does it mean I'm going to be right? No. But I mean, you just basically have to take trades when everything is seemingly in your favor. And yes, sometimes you'll still lose with it, but most of the time you end up being right, so. My goodness. So again, guys, you can see here, this is the last PD array that's holding down price right now. So once we get a close above it, that to me is a signal to enter long. And then you get a free trade, stop to break even at the high of day, and then you can target the equal highs. So the RR on this is massive, right? It should be really good. A 5-to-1 RR. Got less than a minute until the candle close. Oh my goodness, this is consolidating for so long. Also, guys, remember, so I know you guys know this already, but in the Discord, we post the economic calendar. So today's the 26th. There's not really any red folder news, right? There's only orange folder. And there's FOMC members speaking, so don't be surprised if you see manipulation today. This chop, random wicks to the upside and downside. That's what happens when FOMC members are speaking and there's no red folder news. I wasn't expecting to take a trade today, and you guys will see in the Discord I posted that I'm not taking any trades, but because of the structure on the day and how red we are, I am confident in upside movements, so that's why I took things on cash accounts, and I will be willing to take another trade on a funded account. Still no close above the IFEG. Or above the fair value gap, turning it into an IFEG. Still nothing. So imagine trying to be part of this, guys. Imagine trying to trade this. You'd get smoked, right? You know how many people are losing their ass in this price action right here? What do I rate this IFEGK? I'll give it a 7. We've swept a decent amount of liquidity. Yes, we do have LRLR to the downside, but I think they're going to leave this. But if we end up sweeping this and then going up, I'll give this a 9 out of 10. So let's say an FOMC member speaks and we get a big drop here, an excuse candle, and then an IFEG to the upside, that'll be way more A+, like a 9 out of 10. But this I'd give it a 7. That's why I'm trading it with 3, a third of my normal size position. But I still think these equal highs are coming, so I don't want to miss the move. Hold on, Kay, and we might get a close above here, so let's see. I took a trade at 820 to the downside. 820. I don't see anything in here, okay? I don't see anything. There's no IFEGs. Maybe we're talking about different times. Make sure you're on UTC 5. Oh my god. Oh, okay, this might be it. Ugh, are they gonna take this without us? Bruh. So, not financial advice, guys, but I think this is just gonna pump here. Again, I'm not gonna chase price, but I think it's going up. Need to wait for the candle close. Okay, no close above yet. Alright, I'm in this with 3 micros. 3 micros. My stop to break even will go immediately when the high hits, and I'm going to target the equal highs. Again, guys, 3 micros, nothing crazy, because this could be a manipulation candle. Would you ever consider going live in the BDH with Patrick Wieland? What does that mean? What's the BDH? Okay, so if this high gets swept, guys, I'm immediately moving my stop to break even. I really don't like taking longs at high of day, but I still think this is good. Alright, stop to break even there. And I'm going to let this run much higher. So we're up, whatever this is, divided by 3 on funded accounts. Beautiful move so far. Again, guys, I'm hoping for a huge move up now. If I get stopped out, it is what it is. It's 2 free trades on the day, but this should be a nice winner. Everybody's starting on a Saturday night. If I get stopped to break even, it is what it is, guys. It's 2 free trades on the day. Alright, there's a stop out for break even. If this runs without me, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to complain. Just going to let it be. Let it be. Watch Patrick Wieland's live. You'll know exactly what the BDH is. What does BDH stand for? I think this is going up, guys. Again, if I get stopped out, it is what it is, but that's what the BDH is. I got you. Yeah, why not, bro? I'll trade with him. I'm probably too small of a YouTuber for him to even care, but probably still out trade him. Does he trade ICT, Patrick Wieland? I think I've heard of him too. He's like really loud, right? Okay, I think this is gonna pump, guys. Again, not financial advice. I'm not in this, but I still think it's going to work to the upside. I think these equal highs are coming. This is to stop traders out to the downside. And yeah. Good energy. Trades retail patterns. Is he profitable? Okay, so that was a stop out, but I think this is going all the way up to the equal highs. Yeah, he could be profitable, guys. You can be profitable with any system. You just have to have discipline. Now, I don't really like, from what you guys are telling me, he's really loud and cocky. That is not the type of personality that does well with trading, normally. But if he's profitable, he's profitable. It is what it is. But again, guys, unfortunately, I stop out there. They're doing a really good job of stopping out IFPG traders. But yeah, I think these equal highs are going to come today. If they're going to do it, we should not see stalling here. We should just deliver, though. And again, my draw. So if you guys are in this still, if you held, there is a 1 minute fair value gap up here. Very small, nonetheless, though it exists, where we could have a potential manipulation. So be aware of this 1 minute fair value gap here. But I still think this is going to go up. So we'll see what happens. Again, it should not be stalling like this, so I don't like that. But I still think it might work. There's a little 1 minute fair value gap here that in theory should be used to go higher. But if you guys are looking for a short, again, I'm not bearish, so I'm not taking a short. But if this inverses to the downside, you can move your stop to break even when this low hits. But I think this is going up, so we'll see. So I think this is one of the rare instances where breakout traders will probably be right. Again, am I in anything now? No. But I still think this is probably a rare instance where breakout traders will be right to the upside. Evan has probably made more money being an influencer than a trader. Yeah, what I think what happens for most people, again, if you're disciplined and you have a really good model that it doesn't require much thought, then they probably continue trading. But I think a lot of influencers, once they make a ton of money, they stop trading and they just teach. But I mean, that could be the case with anybody, right? So again, guys, I think this is one of the rare, I'm not in this, but I think this is one of the rare instances where breakout traders are correct and that this pumps to the equal highs that we have above. There's a lot of low resistance liquidity here. A lot of traders that try to short this hourly for value gap, just like I told you guys. They saw the wick. They're like, oh, this is gonna dump. And I think this is going up to stop everybody out at these highs right here. Yeah, exactly. As long as they're teaching sound principles, I don't blame them. But what I don't like is, like, there's some traders who, like, claim they're making $100,000 in a day, and then, like, they get caught being paper traders. Which I really am not fond of. Like, there's this guy named Danny Trades. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He runs actually a prop firm with Jadun, the guy that runs Team Bull. Also, I think is a scammer, personally, but that's just my opinion. But the two of them, I mean, Jadun doesn't, I don't think, claim to make as much money, but Danny Trades, like, claims he makes $100,000 in a day trading, and then he gets caught paper trading. I think Patrick Wieland actually caught him. I think. I'm not 100%, but I believe so. He's beefing with Patrick Wieland. Yeah. I love how there's this trader drama. That's really funny. I think a lot of it is engineered too, guys. Like, just like in any industry, they like create fake beef to create views, because drama gets the most clicks, you know? So I wouldn't be surprised if Patrick Wieland reached out to ICT himself and all these other traders and try to engineer like fake drama. Okay, here's the pump that I was saying. I think this will continue, but again, not financial advice. I'm not in this, but I still think these equal highs are coming. They might try and bring the market below this wick first, but I have a feeling they're just going to leave it all. Danny is slow. Robert, what does that mean he's slow? Like he's like a smooth brain? He's not smart? Yeah, I mean, just listening to him speak tells me everything that I need to know about him. He just sounds, to me, honestly, he sounds dumb. So, I mean, you could listen to somebody speak and kind of get a gist of where their IQ's at. The word you used earlier. Oh, yeah. Like you can tell where somebody's IQ is, and not even that. Even if his speech is not great, the way he analyzes the market to me is like there's no science to it. He just like says, "Oh, this looks good, so I'm gonna enter this long, stop, take profit here, boom, boom, boom." And he just like does a bunch of scalping. I just don't believe he's profitable, but. By the way, guys, I did. I'm trying to teach you guys sound trading principles, but I did hold this on one eval account, so I am letting this run to the equal highs. So you guys can see it right here. This is just an eval, but my stop to break even is going to be here, right below this wick, and I'm holding all the way up to the equal highs. So this is the trading account you guys have been following for a long time, but almost a month now. But we're up 700. Hopefully it'll be around 800 or 900 bucks by the end of this trade. Not on funded accounts. I stopped out on everything with this candle. So, but on evals, I hold these types of things personally. Everybody, and that the trade that I took there was the IFVG here. So what I'm guessing is going to happen, though, I'll probably still get stopped out. There's going to be an FOMC member that speaks. They're going to wick the market down, stop people out who are long in this whole leg, and then they'll bring it up. But if I get lucky, then we'll end up being profitable on this, so we'll see. But I do like this. Okay, so this is just a screen time thing, personally, but when you see this, guys, I mean, if you look at this, okay, it looks really scary, like, oh, they're definitely going to dump this, they're definitely going to dump this. But what they do a lot of the times when this type of PA happens is they'll just push the market. Juvie or Gems is one of those paper traders. Yeah, I mean, possibly. I don't know who that is, but... Do 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 do. I mean, basically, guys, and I don't really even care if people show you their accounts. What I would suggest you follow is pay attention to how many trades they take in a day, and if they actually call out where they're entering the trade, where they're exiting it, and why. As long as their thought process is actually sound, I think that that's fine. But like to claim that you make $100,000 in a year when you, or $100,000 in a trade when you're not even trading with a real account, I think that's ridiculous to try and get that for views. But hey, people have their own methods of marketing. It is what it is. I don't care about others, really. Okay, so it looks like they are going to make a down move here. Again, I'm probably going to get stopped out on this in my eval for a $20 win, but that's fine with me. So technically, guys, this actually looks like a decent short if we get the inverse. So there was a stop out there. If this inverses to the downside, I don't think this is a bad short. Stop to break even at this low. But I am done for the day. I'm not taking any more trades. Unless something beautiful presents itself. Unless they miraculously bring the market down here and take out all this liquidity and then go up, I'm not taking anything. But if this ends up happening, I will. So again, notice, guys, just because I see an IFVG to the downside, does this mean I'm going to short this? No, we have equal highs right above us. But if we get the close below it and we end up sweeping these lows, I'll look for a long setup. All right, Pepe, I'll see you tomorrow, bro. Yeah, guys, I'll be trading in the Discord tomorrow. We have GDP in the morning at 8:30. So this is my bread and butter, my best setups form at 8:30 with red candles. So hopefully we'll get something really good tomorrow. And again, the link is up top if you guys want to join, but you don't have to. Not necessary, guys, and everything you can learn, I always say this, everything you can learn on trading is free on YouTube. So far this 1 minute bullish fair value gap is holding. If we close below it, guys, again, am I taking a short? No, but I would expect this to deliver us to this LRLR. And then maybe if we get a dump, we'll get an A+ long later in the day. We'll see. Moving and a grooving, no, 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 no. So guys, for those of you, I know a lot of you in here, but for those of you who are new, like, I don't know, I don't think I've seen Jay Black or Rachel. Are you guys, how long have you guys been trading for? And do you guys trade futures, or do you guys only trade the stock market? For those of you, and maybe if I don't know much about you guys that even are regular members, you can let me know what you guys trade primarily. But again, this is a bullish fair value gap. It is behaving bullishly now. So I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up delivering us up. But you have to be careful on a day like today because we have FOMC members, and what they'll do a lot of times is they'll have like these really bearish fake down candles and then an upside move. So we'll see what happens here. But this is like the type of spot where that would happen. If they use the FOMC members as an excuse. You'll get big dumps, sweep liquidity. Maybe we get like one huge down move. Again, it doesn't have to happen, but what could happen is just dumps, and then they get an upside move later. So we'll see. Evan, futures and stocks scalping. Yeah, Evan, I know you, bro. Evan, of all the people, I mean, I don't think he's in my Discord, but a lot of the people that have been commenting, especially Evan, he has a drive to learn, which I'm really happy to see. If you guys have a passion to learn this type of thing, I think you guys will go far. Chulo, hi, I'm new here. I think I know you, Chulo. Or maybe I don't. There is a Chulo in my Discord, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that was him being sarcastic or not. Or it's a new Chulo, who knows. But I think it's the Chulo that I know. But we'll see what he says. Yeah, that's Chulo. What's up, bro? You never know, bro. There could be another Chulo, but I didn't even know if that was your actual YouTube username, too. Sometimes people have different YouTube usernames to their Discord usernames. But Chulo's, he's keeping it consistent. Whoops. So a tiny set of perfect equal highs just got formed here. Or are they? Did they miss by a tick? Yeah, they did. Never mind. I actually enjoy it. Yeah, for sure, bro. If you guys enjoy this, you'll go a lot further than if you're just doing it. If you guys don't enjoy trading, you're probably never going to make money. Hate to break it to you. If you guys don't enjoy the process of day trading and you're just in it to make $1, you'll never be profitable. Never. Because you're just chasing dopamine, you're chasing the money, you'll end up losing. So if this ends up closing below, guys, I think this is going to be a pretty decent short. But again, there's equal highs above. I'm not taking this because my bias is bullish. Okay, guys, always remember the daily bias. It's super important. But if this ends up delivering us down, I will look for a long. But if you guys are bearish and this closes below, your stop to break even at this low, I think is good. So up to you to take this trade. Again, this could be one of these FOMC candles that they just completely dump all the way down here. And they use the Fed speaker as the excuse. I've seen this too many times, but not something I would take personally. Because you guys can see liquidity got swept to the upside. This high, all got swept by these candles. Then we have a bullish fair value gap. A lot of people are longing. If we close below it, then that should deliver us at minimum to the next internal low to stop out traders who are long. But again, just because the trade is presenting itself doesn't mean you click the button every single time. So there is a close below. So technically, guys, this should be a short. But again, my bias is bullish. We have equal highs above us. I'm not taking this. But I'd be happy to watch it deliver and then look for an A+ setup. Especially if we can sweep all this LRLR here to the downside. That would be awesome. But we'll see what we get. Okay, so guys, if you're in this, your stop to break even comes at this low. Come on, markets. Come on. So there is a chance, guys, still. I still have faith that we're going to get an FOMC Fed speaker candle, okay? I'm telling you guys, I've actually called this live in real time before, where the market just randomly just dumps. And the reason being, obviously, is to sweep liquidity to the downside to stop people out who are long, but really, they blame it on Fed speakers. And they say, oh, the Fed speakers said something bad, when in reality, they didn't. It's all the algorithms moving price to these lows. So, telling you guys, when you see, and again, I post this every Sunday, but you can go on forexfactory.com. When you see a no news day with Fed speakers, FOMC Baltic, Bostic, Barkin, whoever they are, those tend to be the days where you see random big red candles, and the objective is to stop out traders before making the run higher. Hashtag not financial advice. But this is the type of spot where I'd want to see that. Or if they bring it close to the equal highs and then they just boom dump it, and then you get an A+ long setup afterwards. An objective would be to target one of these lows down here, 1, 2, 3, 4. This trend line of price, or this low right here. They don't have to go all the way down, but one of these. And so like a lot of traders see a bull flag here too. So I think a lot of traders are entering long in this leg of price right here. So I would not be surprised if this is the section where they dump it. Again, could I be wrong? Absolutely, but would not be surprised. Also, by the way, the other thing that they could do with FOMC members is have a big green candle, but objectively, if the trend is bullish for the day, it's often a big red candle, so. Who here still hasn't taken a trade today? Who has taken a trade? Who hasn't taken a trade? And let me know if you're green or red so far. I am completely break even on the day. One of my eval accounts is up, but the rest is not. Everything else is break even. Edgar Trejo says me. Me meaning you took a trade, or me meaning you didn't take... maybe I didn't word the question right, or I asked too many questions at once. So I'm guessing Edward has taken a trade. Chulo has not. Are you guys green or red? Or net zero? I've been taking multiple futures and stocks and green on both. Nice. IDK how? IDK how what? Just watching. Oh, he doesn't know how to trade? Oh, okay, Edgar. Yeah, guys, so also, I mean, I don't have a tutorial on how to create a futures account, but if you want to learn the difference between futures and the markets, go to my playlists and find the ICT tutorial playlist. It's like me looking like this with a blue background, and it'll explain the difference between futures, the stock market. And then if you have any personal questions, Edgar, like on how to start an account, you can DM me on X or on Instagram. I'll post both of my socials so you guys can have them. Guys, I need more followers on Instagram especially. So if you guys, this is my X link, and then Instagram, I'll post over here too. So make sure you guys follow me on Instagram too. I need more followers there. All right, so this is the bull flag that everyone is tweaking about right now, I'm sure. Let's listen to Top Step TV and see if they see that bull flag.
Experience. We're looking at that when we're doing. Like I mentioned earlier, we're doing Top Step trading, Top Step VIP. This whole thing that we're doing right now, we just invited 500 people to it free, and they earned their way there, of course.
Let's see if we get a dump here,
That's
guys.
our dress rehearsal for the league. So when the league starts, we're like, okay, well, Top Step VIP is really important. So many people are like, hey, I paid.
All right, they're not talking about bull flags. Bum, 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 bum. But I'm guessing guys are gonna dump this. A lot of retail traders see the bull flag and they're all investing in this whole leg of price. My guess is that they're gonna dump it here with an FOMC candle. Again, does that mean I'm entering a short? No, that's speculation, but I've seen it happen too many a times. So they did sweep one set of liquidity right here, this little wick. Okay, sometimes that can be enough, but a lot of the times they like to bring it lower. So, and then later on in the day, maybe in the 1150 macro, they'll have a nice clean delivery up. So I still have hope for the day. I still have hope we get a setup. Put on PW. Oh, Patrick Wieland? Oh my god, no, bro. Don't need any of that loudness in my voice, in my head right now. Also, guys, I have a social media blocker so that I literally cannot use any social media until like 6 p.m. The only reason I have Top Step TV is because I allowed it. So I can't log into YouTube even if I wanted to right now. It's all blocked. I have too much shit to do during the day. I don't have time to be watching all that shit. So I can post on X because what I can do is I can have exceptions. So like I have an exception for twitter.com or x.com/post. So I can post, but I can't scroll. I can't do anything. There's like a 30-minute time frame that I can during the day, but it happens way later in the day. It's at like 1 p.m. my time. I still got faith, though. Still got faith. So this could be the low too, by the way. I don't know if it's going to be, but if this is the low, there's no setup for me to take. But if we end up sweeping this low, then I will take a setup. But they could just be coming down to stop all the people out who were long after taking this inverse for value gap, and then they go up later. We'll see. And I need you today, oh Mandy. But you came and you gave without taking. But if we end up sweeping high of day here, guys, I mean, I genuinely don't think this is a bad long. It could be like a 1-to-1 trade. Okay, because if we come back to highs, we're going up to the equal highs, in my opinion, with a high degree of certainty. So it would be about, this would be a 1-to-1. So your stop would be close to the start of the up move. So this is like the technical retail trend line breakout by, I mean, if you want to call it that. But from my experience, guys, if we end up sweeping high of day on a day like today, we're very likely to go up to the equal highs. Because there's LRLR right above us. And yeah, I would definitely move my stop to break even when this 1 minute fair value gap hits, if it does. And then it's a free trade, so. So the only reason, guys, that I will consider taking another trade today is A, because my confidence on where the market is going is high. B, I have 2 break-even trades. So that's the only reason I would consider it. Oh. Sean, what's up, bro? At what price are the equal highs at? 21,415.75. 21,415.75, and they actually come from the highs that formed in the Asia session on Monday, and then on Tuesday they left the highs. So ugh, so lame. So slow. Zoom's up 21%. Oh. From there. Who gives a crap about that? Nice, Sean. That's good, bro. Ooh, Mondelez is down. Okay, guys, this is another swing that I'm looking for. If we can get a retest of the trend line and a trade into this daily fair value gap, I'm longing Mondelez Farms. This is a great long-term hold in my position. Not financial advice, of course, as always, but I think that'll be a good setup. Okay, so we are technically breaking out of this retail bull flag. See if it ends up working. That's what I'm hoping for, Robert. I'm hoping for a fail and a sweep of all the liquidity to the downside. I'm hoping that they use the Fed members to dump this, sweep liquidity, and then get an A+ setup. If that happens, guys, I'm going full size for my last trade of the day. But until it happens, I'm going to have to watch, sadly. But if this high of day gets hit, guys, I think the equal highs are coming with a high degree of certainty. So if you want to try a 1-for-1 trade, by all means. I'm not going to. It's not part of my model, but I will tell you guys there's a pretty high chance that it works. So. To believe there never was. Do 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 do. Let's look at the daily chart real quick. Yeah, so the daily chart, guys, if you have to look at this, okay, and you have to think to yourself, if I was short on the daily, where do I think the market's headed? If I was short and I'm looking to get stopped out, where's my first stop loss? Probably at this daily high. So I think the market is targeting that daily high. And technically, we did just close above a tiny 1-minute fair value gap. Is this A+? Hell no, but it's probably going to work. bull flag. Bouncing out of a 5-minute. But again, we just swept high of day. So this actually looks pretty good for a short to target this low. Not financial advice. But you have to think, everybody who longed up here, they're like, oh boy. Yeah, there was no close above the high of day, but you can see we wicked for now. So this could be the time too, guys, where they end up dumping the market down to this low here. Just a heads up. Yeah, this could be the Fed speaker candles. I think this low is coming here. I think this low is probably going to come too now. The classic double top. Sweep high day by a tick and dump the market down to the lows. This, to me, guys, is where my patiently waiting setup will happen. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen here. So again, I want to sweep of this liquidity, change in the state of delivery, sweep this low, potentially come close to the LRLR, and then get an A+ setup to the upside. Do, 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 do. Also, guys, funny enough, let's check the Discord again quick. Fed speaker Bostic starts at 12 o'clock, which is in 15 minutes. Error occurred. Oh shit, I don't want to mess with this. So I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if they end up consolidating the market here, random red candle, and then the long setup happens afterwards. So if we don't get it again, guys, there's no trade for me. But if we do end up getting it, then I will look for a long setup to the equal highs. I want to see this fail. Both of them making higher lows on ES and NQ. This is the name of the game, guys. This is where patience comes into play. And why majority of traders cannot be successful is because they literally cannot help themselves and they click buttons. Sometimes they even are patient all day and then they click a button when they're not supposed to because it's not a plus and they were just saying, I've waited for so long, I might as well take a trade. I deserve it. You guys don't deserve shit. Okay, the market does whatever it wants regardless of how you feel. I hope you guys realize that. Woo! Patience, patience, patience. We got the Fed speaker in 15 minutes, give or take. So let's just pay attention to see what happens in the next 15 minutes at 9 o'clock sharp. Let's see if we end up getting a dump. Turn on some lights here. Guys, who's in TLT with me, by the way? While we're waiting for what happens in this whole leg of price, who entered this in the Discord when I told you guys to enter TLT on the breakout? Where do I think TLT's going? I think it's going all the way up to 109. When the Fed starts to cut interest rates, finally, with unemployment going up, with the whole layoffs that Doge is doing. Government employees make up a lot of the employment system. So just letting you guys know. And yeah, eventually I think they're going to start cutting rates. I think they're going to be surprise rate cuts. That's what I feel is going to happen this year. But look at this risk to reward, 4-1. Anyone in that TLT trade with me? That I've been calling for weeks and months. I don't think most people understand how bonds work, so they're probably not, but we are up nicely on that position now. Oh my goodness. Nobody's in TLT, huh? Anyone take Nike with me? You guys remember when I called Nike? When we were adding at 70, between 70 and 73. And now we're pushing, and I think we're going high to the 90s and probably up to 110 at some point. Anyone in this? Damn, crickets, huh? Y'all are missing out. And again, guys, that's another reason why I don't have itches to take trades, because all of my swing trades make me money on the days where I'm not trading, so. Yes, Evan, Nike is one of my swing trades. You guys can see in the Discord, I'll show you guys right now, under my swing trades section. I shouldn't even be showing this, honestly, but here it is. We were adding Nike when it was down at 72.22. Said it was down 57% from highs, paying a 2.2% dividend. I said it was overvalued. I showed a lot of the fundamentals and earnings reports. And yeah. So that was one of them. I have a few more cooking. But that is how I make the majority of my money, guys. I do make a decent amount with day trading, but the majority of my money comes, again, said this many times, comes from option selling and swing trades. W, mans. W, 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 W. Okay, so technically there's a 1 minute inverse happening here to the upside. Should we try this with a micro? I'd give this a 6 out of 10, but it could easily work. Stop to break even at high of day. Okay, this is technically an entry for a long, guys, if you want. I'm not taking this, but this could easily work to the equal highs. I'd give this a 6 out of 10. The reason being we're about to have a Fed speaker. And we're in premium of the current range. There was not really any obvious liquidity sweeps to the downside. We did sleep one set of liquidity here, but in my opinion, this is not A+. It still will probably work, and you can move your stop to break even at high of day, but you gotta be careful. So if you guys have not taken a trade today and you want a tight stop trade, the RR on this right now is a 3-to-1, which is not terrible, but I don't think this is A+. Could it work? Absolutely. But again, my objective is to take only A+ trades, especially if I'm not green on the day. If I don't have a cushion. Excuse me. Hi, Lulu. My dog is here. The doggy. Okay, so I would not be surprised if this ends up pushing to the upside, but I'm not in this personally. Okay, so we got another sweep of high of day. This is probably going to push here, if I had to guess. But be super careful, because we do have that Fed speaker, like I said, in 6 minutes, so... Uh-oh. Hopefully this holds for those of you that are in it. The thing is, the issue with taking this trade, guys, is that high of day is right here. So to move your stop to break even when a high of day hits, the odds of you getting stopped out are super high, and we already got stopped out on the trade. So it's just not worth it to me to take these types of setups. Oh shit, I have 1,600 followers? 1,600 subs? Damn! Let's go. My goal for this year was 5,000 subs. And it's only February. I went from... At the beginning of this year, I had 293 subscribers. And I'm now up to 1,600. I think that's pretty wild. Okay, so there is a dump going on here. I think this is going to end up dumping. 4 minutes till the Fed speaker starts, so... But do not be surprised if this candle sweeps this low and this low right here. Oh, Minlin's in here. What's up, bro? Guys, Minlin's the guy I told you guys about a long time ago that made $1 million off of Fartcoin. You guys remember him, right? Because you are a fantastic speaker. Thanks, Rachel. I appreciate that. Minlin, are you playing soccer today at that terrible place? So me and Daniel ended up driving with another friend of ours named Daniel. We drove to a spot to play soccer, like, what was it, a week ago? It was like an hour and a half from us, and it ended up that there was no fields available, so we literally just like roamed like nomads across all the fields trying to find an open spot, and we never even got to really play. And they're doing it again today, like idiots, but I'm not gonna do that again. So guys, again, I've said this so many times, but if we get the liquidity sweep, this is the only way I'm taking a trade. Liquidity sweep this low, this low, this low, and if we get some kind of a setup from here, I will target the equal highs. And again, they're going to probably miraculously dump the markets when the Fed speaker starts in 2 minutes. They're going to use the Fed speaker as the excuse, and then they're going to end up collapsing it. And then we get a setup later in the day, around lunchtime, something around this area. And I will stay on until we get it. But this is what I'm hoping for. Always remember, guys, the market lives on liquidity. It needs liquidity to continue. So a lot of the times it will stop out people who are long before it goes higher. And they use news or Fed speakers as an excuse for that happening. That's so funny. Yeah, Daniel, I'm out, bro. If you're still listening to this. He just texted in the group chat that I'm not coming to soccer. You guys know what the definition of insanity is? It's doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. These kids go to this soccer event and they expect to have a different result. They expect to now have a field. But what's probably going to happen is the exact same thing as last time and they get cooked. Oh, the other Daniel's in here now too. Yeah, Daniel, I just told Midland, bro, I'm not coming. Why would I go to a soccer event where I'm not gonna get to play? Oh, now they're calling me a gypsy in the group chat. Alright, so here comes the liquidity sweep. This is where I'm looking for my long. Daniel, I can't have this negativity in my chat, bro. We're trying to spread positivity here to take the setup up to these equal highs, right? It's very important to stay positive. Otherwise, we're not going to get a good trade, okay? So... everyone give Daniel an L in the chat. Give him an L. Capital L, like triple L's. No W's for Daniel. No W's for Daniel. Oh! Daniel, you just got wrecked, bro. How do you feel about that? You're getting smoked in my chat. Oof. Poor Daniel. Poor Daniel. Oh. Alright, so again, guys, I'm waiting for this sweep. Now we have the macro time. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Just, guys, Daniel's he's a W at heart. He's a nice guy. Okay, sometimes he just has outbursts of anger. He has autism. Like we all do a little bit, right? Beta moves by Dan. Okay, so here's the Fed speaker. Let's see if we get one more down close candle, sweep liquidity, and then get the upside move. That's what I'm waiting for. But if this ends up getting hit now that the... So we did sweep more liquidity to the downside. If we get this IFVG, then I'll look for a long. Yeah, we love Daniel. And I call him Dooney, by the way. So we love Dooney. Okay, so another trade into this IFEG here. Just another rebalance of price. Again, if this goes, I'm taking this long, guys. I don't even care. I think this is a great setup. I would love to see this liquidity get swept first, but it doesn't have to happen. Wow, bro. Some people are really... Edgar, you are delayed as hell, bro. Make sure that you guys are live. Click on the bottom left of the screen, like right over here. This is the right, but you can't see the left because my face is in the way. But make sure you guys have it set to live so that you're not super delayed. Hopefully it don't go yet. I'm trying to get some food. I think you might miss it, Robert, but hopefully not. Oh, he just microwaved it. Robert, microwaving is for betas. Don't microwave your food. Microwaving is for soy boys. Okay, so we're forming a nice woman at OB here. Again, if this ends up closing above, both of these, in theory, you should wait for, but I think this will probably still work. Yeah, no worries, Edgar. Whenever I see someone like comment something way late, I know that they're obviously not live. And you want to make sure you're live, because if you're not... Uh-oh. Evan. That's it, bro. You're out. I'm gonna ban you from this. Everything that I hate. Microplastics, seed oils, and Red 40. Thank God for Robert Kennedy, bro. Thank the Lord for that man. This 2-minute also looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. And again, because my bias is bullish, W corn syrup. Yeah, that microwave food you're probably eating right now has a ton of corn syrup in it. You nasty ass. Oh my goodness, bro. I just wish there was a setup. Can we just get a setup? God forbid. Actually, it's chicken. It's rice with chicken, steak, and egg. How the hell do you microwave that? How do they keep eggs fresh with microwave food? I'll tell you how, with a bunch of preservatives and nasty shit. Okay, guys, if this 2-minute close is above, I think this is pretty good. We got 2 minutes till the candle close, so I don't know if we're going to get a setup, but we'll see. We will see. And obviously, I'd like to see the 4-minute and the 5-minute close above as well at the same time. Oh, okay, at least it's fresh food. At least it's fresh food, bro. At least it's fresh. At least it's not like some microwave, nasty, like, Hungry Man. I don't know if you guys have heard of that brand. Oh, Ecuadorian cooking. Let's go. Ecuadorian food is dank. Okay, so technically we got a 1-minute close above. Guys, if you want to try this, you can. I'm going to wait for the 2-minute, but up to you. Okay, guys, that's the entry. Oh, shoot, I missed it. Okay, I'm just going to enter a little late, but I'm in this with micros because it's not a plus. But I do like that we swept liquidity to the downside, so... Again, 3 micros for the funded accounts. Nothing more than that. Terrible entry, by the way, but... I meant like for like microwave food, bro. If you buy like an egg dish. So your stop to break even will be at high of day if you're in this. And the stop loss will be a 2-minute close back below the fair value gap. Again, guys, this is not 100% A+, but I do like the liquidity sweep we got. And again, the target will be equal highs, so... 2 break-evens, and if this loses, it'll be a small loss. With 3 MNQs. 3 micros, I'm in this. Did the 5-minute... Oh, the 5-minute didn't close above. Damn, guys. Warriors for Yeshua not putting eggs in the fridge. Alright, I think I'm going to stop out of this early. That was not a plus enough for me. I don't want to take a full... I mean, it wasn't a full-size loss, but I'm not willing to let that run. I think this is going to sweep more liquidity now. And then we'll get an A+ setup from here. My goodness, bro. Alright, so we're now 2 break even and a very small loss on the day. So I'm not going to take any more chances here. I'm going to wait for another A+ liquidity sweep and then I'll take a setup. But that's it. Nothing else. So again, guys, that was a not even close to a full-size position. It was a third of a full-size position. So the only way I'm taking a full-size trade, and I stopped it out early, so it wasn't even a full loss, but the only way I'm taking a full-size position is if we get a liquidity sweep of this low. And technically, guys, the 2-minute is still holding, so this trade is still valid. I just didn't want to be part of it. Didn't like that immediate close below. But so far, it's still working, so if you're still in this, I would move your stop below this low right here. And then your stop to break even if this high hits. So again, once that black line hits, you guys see there, right here, I would definitely move your stop to break even. And then I would target the equal highs. Do 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 do. Again, guys, the only way I'm taking another trade is if we get the liquidity sweep that I've been waiting for. If not, it is what it is. But if you're still in this trade, guys, stop to break even when this high hits, and I would target the equal highs. Maybe take a partial at this little 1 minute for value gap above us, just in case they try and reject it before it goes higher. Okay, so guys, it looks like this high is gonna hit. If you're still in it, unfortunately, I cut myself out early for a small loss. But if this high gets hit, then you move your stop to break even for sure, and I would target this high. Do 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 do. Uh-oh. Oppa. Uh-oh. Here comes the this is the FOMC news, the Fed speaker. Here comes the liquidity sweep. Here comes the liquidity sweep. I repeat, this is gonna be it. I'm telling you right now. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I think this is gonna come down and sweep this liquidity now. And if it does, that is when I will take the setup. New coronavirus fears, heads up, CDC is talking. Sounds like a whole load of nonsense to me. A whole load of nonsense. Oh my goodness, bro. So still no close below the 2-minute fair value gap. So technically this trade is still valid, but again, how you hold through this, I don't know. It's way too risky to me. my goodness, bro. Come on. Market, let's go. Please, just sweep the liquidity already. I have shit to do. Come on. All I want for Christmas is a liquidity sweep. Oh my goodness, bro. Sometimes trading is literally the most draining thing ever. Evan Lucas, how long do you hold your swing trades for? Weeks, months? Just depends. I'm telling you guys right now, if you're unprofitable and you struggle with day trading, number one thing I will advise you to do is stop immediately and start swing trading. Once you get profitable with swing trading, then you can use some of the funds that you earn from your swing trades to start day trading. But do not day trade, guys. If you can't even swing trade, don't try and day trade. I'm telling you right now. Number one piece of advice, if you want to still trade, but you can't be profitable day trading, you need to start swing trading to at least earn some income. Especially if you're unemployed, guys, come on. Like, if you're unemployed and you're trying to make day trading your hobby, your career, telling you right now, swing trading is the way to start. Because to be able to have the discipline that I'm having and not click buttons, yes, I clicked one button with micros, but that's nothing to me, it doesn't matter. For me to be patient and wait for a full-size position all day and not click a button, that takes a lot of discipline. Most people cannot do that. And while I'm sitting here, I'm looking at my accounts and seeing all the swing trades that are printing for me. And it definitely helps me with not clicking buttons. And of course, I have other forms of income too. Real estate related, option selling related, other businesses. But telling you guys, if you don't have any other income coming in, it's very difficult to sit at the screen all day and not click a button. Because you have this, how would I call it? You have this expectation that you need to make money. So, yeah. But I think this is going to sell off and hopefully sweep all this liquidity, and then we'll get our setup later on today. Patiently waiting. And by the way, if you're in the 2-minute, it closed below, so you should be out of this trade if you're in the 2-minute, by the way. I know you guys should know that if you trade IFVGs, but do 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 do. Bruh. Come on, man. No way. I knew that kid was a scammer. Nick whatever, Nick Hausch. Or like this guy Jadun. You guys know, like the big, like 6'6", tatted up kid who looks like his he looks like a baby. It's really weird. His head is like perfectly shaped, and he looks like a baby to me, but he's 6'8" or something crazy, tatted with muscles. He has a prop firm, and he calls it Funded Futures Family. Funded Futures Family, guys. Prop firms only make money if you lose money. What family wants you to lose? Which of your family wants you to lose money? I mean, maybe some of you guys have family members that hate you and want you to lose money, but why are you calling a prop firm a family, bro? It's not a family. It's a business designed to take money from traders. And Danny is his partner. Exactly. That scammer. So ridiculous. Oh my god, this market, bro. It really tests your patience. It really does. It's crazy, bro. It's actually wild. These people, like, I don't know. I would never start a prop firm ever. I think, first of all, I don't want to put in the work for it. Second of all, well, that's not even about that. If something is profitable, I'm willing to put the work in, but basically prop firms make money off of people losing their accounts. So what, like, it's such a fake business. It's a fraud business. Good, Robert. I'm happy to hear that, bro. Okay, guys, this is trading for you. It's not actually glamour. You're not actually clicking buttons all the time. It's difficult. Yeah. Guys, of all the people in my Discord, there's 2 people that really stand out. I mean, there's quite a few that are good, but Robert and Kay are always putting in work. They're always studying or backtesting or doing something or putting research in the Discord. So shout out to both of you if you're both listening. I know Robert is. I don't know if Kay is still here. Let's take a look at the rest of the market quick. Yeah, of course, bro. Sometimes you ask me for a few too many analyses, but listen, bro. That doesn't matter. You're studying, you're working hard, you're putting in effort. That's what's important. I wish I could go in and analyze everything for you guys, but unfortunately I have stuff to do. But I really like to see that. I think it shows that you're gonna go far. Oh, end phase at 6666. That's not good. So guys, if this ends up inversing this IFEG to the upside, stop the break even at this high, you can hold this all the way up. I think end phase is going to be a huge mover if this inverses. So for those of you who are listening and are not in the Discord, set your alerts for the weekly close above this IFEG. Disney up finally. This is going to 126 in my opinion. I don't know why this is here. 126.48 is my target for Disney. So if you guys also are looking for another swing, I think this area is a good spot to add. Bro, NQ. Jesus Christ, do something. This should be a rejection spot. I'm hoping this is where the delivery to the downside comes. There's a tiny 1 minute inverse here after trading into this 1 minute fair value gap. And then if you're in this, stop to break even at this low, target this low. Am I taking this? No. Again, I'm not bearish, but I'm happy to allow bearish price action to play out before I take a long. Okay. Okay. Finally, some movement. Fed speaker candles. Let's see if we get what we need. Maybe a trade into the order block. Let's see. Yeah, so one other thing I will say, Robert, is that sometimes you can actually do yourself a harm by overanalyzing everything. So like checking a bunch of different stocks. What I would suggest, guys, and again, I've said this before, but less is more with trading. So find a few good stocks that you think are undervalued. Do your due diligence on them, and I mean, do some technical analysis too, not just fundamentals, and then decide when you're going to enter your trades. So for me, I have like 6 or 7 stocks that I look at and watch. Right now, I'm looking at Mondelez Farms, Target, Disney, Enphase, Nike, and then a few chips names like ASML and AMD. But that's pretty much it. And I just stick to those, and when a setup presents itself, I take it. But when you're analyzing 40 different stocks at once and you're asking, like, sometimes it's just too much. And you will find that over time, but, you know, maybe that's your trading style. Maybe you end up entering on 40 different stocks with small size. I prefer to pick 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 out of a big bunch that I find and just go heavy into them. But out of 40, I have 12 on watch. Okay. Better. Also, shout out to all the female traders. One thing that's funny, the big long, yeah, intimacy over variety, 100%. 99% of the people that watch my videos, I think 99% of the demographic is males between the age of 18 and 35. So, I know you guys like looking at my biceps too. But shout out to the girls that actually trade. It's not often that I see females in here. Alright, so here comes the liquidity sweep, hopefully. My neighbor was playing music all night. Why didn't you tell that piece of crap to shut off the music? Alright, guys, here comes the liquidity sweep. Alright. This is where I'm looking for full-size positions now. If we end up getting the liquidity sweep, this is a really nice looking fair value gap to the downside. Everyone who's short the market is going to try and short in this fair value gap if we get it, and that is where I will be looking to enter my trade. So you guys see how we get patience, 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 patience? This will be a full-size setup for me. This is like alarm bells going off in my head type of IFEG if it holds like this. Hopefully the market makers are not watching. This is the type of setup that I wait for. So we got our lunchtime sweep of liquidity to the downside. I want to see this get tapped into as well, obviously. And I hope this holds. I want to see this hold as a fair value gap. I don't want to see it get smaller than this, to be honest. Don't like that. Jesus. Where do you live again? Robert, Warriors for Yeshua, where do you live again? What state? Ohio or some shit? Where they there's a bunch of junkies? Kansas. Leavenworth. Is that a known area for like druggies? I know nothing about Kansas. It's a prison town. Oh man. Whew. Da 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 do da do do. People move here to visit their family in prison, and it's a military base. I got you, bro. Okay, so no liquidity sweep there. I mean, there was a liquidity sweep here. I really would prefer to see this, though, guys. I'll be honest. I really would prefer to see this liquidity get swept and some of this LRLR. There was a 5-minute inverse here to the downside. Oh, no, it actually closed right at it, so there was no entry. My dad works there as an armorer and a purchasing officer. He's got a $10 million credit card. Damn. 10 mil. 10 milli. Okay, hopefully the liquidity sweep comes now. Yeah, come on, Robert. Why don't you just tell your dad to just buy the dip so that we can get a long setup? Alright, we'll get it approved by the generals. Tell them that they'll all make their money back ×2. Bro, it's simple. Yeah, you see, Big Long knows what he's talking about. All you gotta do is tell him to buy the dip. Tell the generals that if they buy the dip and approve it, that you can double their money with a 0 DTE options call. Sync it into that girl that you showed us yesterday, Words for Yeshua, that has a 100% win rate with 0 DTE options. Put the 10 million on that, and then boom, you have $100 billion that you just made. Alright guys, here's the liquidity sweep. Here it is. We're trading back into this 1-minute IFEG from earlier. If we end up getting all this liquidity swept to the downside, that'll be great too. Not needed. But we'll see what happens here. But if this gets inverse, guys, I'm looking for a long. Ooh, and if this 5-minute forms, that will look really good too. I think this is the spot, though, where the longs will form. Somewhere in this area. So if this gets inversed, guys, I'm taking this long, I think. If this gets inversed, I'm taking this long. And I need you today, oh Mandy. So you can see here, guys, we swept liquidity to the downside. We even swept a low with these candles. So let me see how this ends up forming. I think this is pretty decent. Really, guys, if you want to be super risk averse, I would wait for this 5 minute to form and take a long setup out of there, but I still think this is anywhere in this area there's going to be a good long setup, so we'll see what we get. And I need you today, oh Mandy. I need the delta to change because I'm not breaking that rule ever again. Props to you, bro, Robert. I'm happy that you have a rule and you're sticking to it. Good job, bro. My target if I long, guys, is the perfect equal highs above us. So what I'm really hoping for here is a 5 minute IFEG to form. I want to see how this 5 minute candle closes. Okay, so no close above the IFEG. Let me check the 5 minute here. So this is a tiny 5 minute fair value gap. I think this looks good. There's not really any other fair value gaps in the leg. LMND, lemonade. Let's check it real quick. Ugh, that looks disgusting. Why would I ever touch this stock? This looks so bad. We balanced the 3 month already, the mean threshold of it. Yeah, no. This looks disgusting. I would never touch a stock like this. I mean, there is a monthly bull flag, I guess you can say. You could target the 50%, but I would never touch that stock. Never, ever. Oh my god, guys. I think eventually we're going to get something really good that should have good movement, but for now it's not giving us anything. Yes, big long. I take leaps as well. So the beautiful part about taking leaps is that you can actually sell calls against your positions. So sometimes I advise Discord members to take leaps instead of trading with shares because you get to control the same amount of capital for a cheaper price, and you can sell calls against your positions. I think leaps on Tesla or Nike in these areas, or AMD is not bad at the moment. Alright, so I'm going to delete a lot of these boxes and charts because now we know all the liquidity sweeps have happened. So we will see what we get here. Hopefully we get a sweep of all this LRLR and then a setup. Yeah, Tesla is my biggest position, guys. And I just collect puts. I collect money selling puts on it, selling calls on it, and I just let it hold because I think it's going to be a huge winner in the future. My Roth IRA is heavy in Tesla. Yeah, 100% big long. I think these areas are good for leaps on Tesla. We're trading, let me show you guys really quick. TSLA. We're trading into a bearish monthly fair value gap. The mean threshold of the monthly gap, of the weekly is $291.38. Then the mean threshold of the monthly is 310. So anywhere in this 290 to 310 area, I think is a good spot for the long term on Tesla. My goodness. Crazy big long. I'm not 100% invested in Tesla. I think that's stupid, but definitely heavily invested in it. I think the risk reward is too good to ignore. It's in my opinion, it's a like a generational stock to buy. I think Nvidia, Tesla, probably AMD are all generational ads. My goodness, bro. Can we get a move? And Bitcoin. Yes, I am long Bitcoin. My cost basis on Bitcoin is like 33,000 or something. I don't even know exactly what it is, but everything is in cold storage, but I've been adding that for a long time. And if you guys, in my Discord, I had everybody adding Bitcoin at 51 and 49. Or 51 and 53 or something. In that last down leg of price, and the day was the 4th of July that I had people add. If you guys, I even posted like, while everyone is looking at fireworks, we're adding Bitcoin when it's dumping. And yeah, everyone got rewarded handsomely on that. That was 100% return. We added Bitcoin at Tesla at between 180 and 220. Unfortunately, my Nvidia fill never hit. I was looking to add Nvidia at $91 a share. It only ended up hitting like 100 something. But unfortunately, I missed out on Nvidia. Okay, so we should hopefully get some longs here. Hopefully. Warriors for sure. Can you look at now real quick? Bruh. What are these, bro? Service now? $200 billion company, wow. I mean, for a long-term position, I mean, every time we have drops like this, it ends up being good ads. So if you're looking for something to DCA, I think this is the spot for sure. 21% drop. Right now we're dealing with a 25% drop. I think these are the spots to add these companies for sure. Yeah, if you're looking for a DCA spot, this is great in my opinion. All right, guys, here comes the selling. Let's see if this ends up being the collapse that we need to take us to that liquidity that we've been targeting all freaking day. Some instos say 8-figure Bitcoin by 2030. Yeah, I'm not. Listen, guys, I am a realist. I'm not an extremist in any way. When people say they think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin in the next 5 years, like, come on, let's be real. The odds of that happening are slim to none. But if it happens, I'm all here for it. But I'm not gonna just, accept that as truth. I think that's a retarded. Shouldn't use that word on YouTube. Don't want to get canceled. I think that's a really dumb thing to think. Okay, so if this 2 minute gets inverse, guys, I'm going full port long right here. First TP at high of day, second TP at the equal highs. This is going to be my one full-size trade for the day now. So let's see if we get it. This looks really good to me. Hopefully it holds. So you can see after all this liquidity, or LRLR was swept, it's creating a very bullish reaction. So I want to see this fair value gap hold. Don't want to see us wick into it, to be honest. Alright, so there's the fair value gap. Now what would be really A plus is another sweep of this low and then a close above it. But either one would be fine. $250 sweep. Maybe we get a 250 sweep, yeah. But ultimately, like, the last line in the sand is this 1 minute IFEG that happened this morning, that if you would have taken, you would have been profitable on. So if this 2 minute inverses, guys, I'm going to take this long, stop to break even at this high right here, and I'm going to hold it all the way up. How do you use prop firms or own capital, if you don't mind me asking? So you have to pass a challenge account. So like the funded accounts that I'm using right now are my funded futures, Top Step, and Apex. So I have 300k fundeds, 250k fundeds. I have 50k fundeds. So basically, the more capital you're controlling, the more expensive the prop firm is, the challenge is. But you basically have to pass. So like, for example, on this eval that I'm in right now, I just always have it kept on the side. But I have to make 53,000, and the account can't go below 48,000. So you basically have to make 3,000, and you can't lose 2,000. There's trailing drawdown, but this is the balance on the account right now. Sorry, this is the balance, and this is my max loss. So I'm up 640 on the account for the month. And basically... Ooh, this looks really good too, guys, by the way, on the 1 minute. This looks really, really nice. Stop to break even at this high and just hold it all the way up. So I honestly think this is probably going to be a reversal spot. But basically, Big Long, you pass the challenge, then they give you a funded account, and then you can start using their money, quote unquote. It's still fake money. It's like a sim account, but if you make money with it, they have to pay you real money. And then if you get really, really good over time and you have a lot of funded accounts with them, they'll end up putting you into a real live market. And yeah. All right, I got you. I use Apex and Tradeify. Yeah, Apex is really good. I trust them. Tradeify I haven't heard of, but the ones that I've gotten payouts with and that I trust the most are Apex and My Funded Futures. TopStep I still have not gotten a funded account with. I just started with them like a month and a half ago. And I'm just trying to pass an eval, and that's it. I'm doing it with sound risk principles just to see how the whole system works. I do like them so far, though, because they allow you to take max trades per day, max loss per day. There's a copy trading system. I really like what I'm seeing with TopStep, and I'm thinking about moving fully to TopStep. But for now, I mean, I still have all my funded accounts and other... So I'm not going to, like, cancel those, but... I wish Apex offered something with end-of-day drawdown. Yeah, I mean... Guys, I think there's going to be a long setup that forms here. I really do. TopStep and Tradeify, speaking of Tradeify, has straight to sim funded. More expensive. Yeah, I don't like those. Because... The issue with this, guys, and a lot of people fall for this, they're like, oh, I want to get a funded account immediately. Well, bro, if you can't pass a regular eval or a challenge account, whatever you call them, what makes you think you're all of a sudden going to be profitable? You're probably going to spend more money on the sim, straight to funded, and then you're going to blow it, and then you're going to be broker than you were before. Too many people have that issue. Do. Just sharing since never heard of the what? We have REQ lows, relative equal lows on the higher time frame. Yeah, but I mean, this is a liquidity sweep to me. I don't care so much about it. If this 1 minute inverses to the upside, I'll at least target this high right here. Oh, Michelle Trachtenberg dies. 39. Buffy and Gossip Girl star. Oh no. Poor girl. Big long. Also, this was a bounce off 786 retrace. All right, if we're gonna get a long, I think it's gotta be from this zone right here. Oh. Excuse me. All right, let's see if we get the long. I don't know. This leg of price to me does not look good for longs. I will be honest. But if this inverses, then I will consider taking it. How's Palantir doing? I just want to check something real quick. PLTR on the day. Is it dumping today? Or is it up? Up 2%. My God, bro. One of these days, guys, we're gonna get a good setup. But yeah, I hope this teaches you guys how disciplined you have to be to trade. Okay, so there was a tick sweep of this low, so let's see if that ends up being a reversal spot. Dude, Tesla's at 295. This does not look good, guys. Really looks just so shitty. I think this high is probably going to hit, but again, is there a setup here? No. Alright, there's a 1 minute short, guys. So somebody asked me earlier, what's an example of a 1 minute short that's a 3 out of 10? What will probably work? This 1 minute short right here. I rate this a 3 out of 10, but unfortunately on a day like today, wouldn't be surprised if it ends up working. But guys, this whole market has been testing my patience very, very hard. But yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna get anything, so. Ugh, so awful. Excuse me. Stocks are more overvalued now than ever. I mean, depends on the stock, Robert, but some of them. Palantir is extremely overvalued in my opinion. But AMD, in my opinion, is not overvalued. Nike is not overvalued. Disney is not overvalued. Even if you don't believe in what Disney practices in principle or culture, but I posted this chart in the Discord. It's higher now than any crash in history. I mean, every time there's a crash and the markets pull up, people claim that it's more overvalued than ever in history. Like, that's just the nature of the markets, but easy to go doom and gloom when in reality stocks tend to just go much higher than everybody thinks. So we can be overvalued for a very, very, very long time. Goodness. Oh my goodness, bro. Okay, looks like we're probably going to end up going to low of day. There was a 5-minute inverse earlier today, but you can see here that we never closed below it. So you could not have taken this short anyways. But you can see that it is working, so. Alright guys, I think that's it for me today. I've had enough of this. Again, I've told you guys before, but for those of you guys who are not in the Discord, I stream twice a week in the Discord on the days that I think are best. And tomorrow we have GDP at 8:30 in the morning, so stick around for that. This is my bread and butter day. My biggest wins come on Red Folder News at 8:30 for a data candle setup. So I think that's going to be A+. And yeah, that hopefully will be the green day for me on the week. And yeah, so I'll see you guys then. Wish you guys the best. As always, thanks for joining. And I guess one thing I'll leave you with, if we can end up inversing this 2-minute fair value gap right here, I think this is going to end up being a really good long to the upside. It should be a free trade at minimum. So stop to break even at this high and hold it up to this high, and then potentially high of day, equal highs. But maybe we get it for GDP tomorrow. I'm not sure if they're saving it for that. Oh, and one thing I didn't even realize today, guys, is we have NVIDIA earnings. NVIDIA earnings are aftermarket, so I would not be surprised if that ends up creating a lot of movement today. So we'll see. I wish you guys the best. Thanks again, and yeah, see you tomorrow morning in the Discord.